What is your name, please?
My name is Herb Pennell.
What is your name, please?
My name is Herb Pennell.
What is your name, please?
My name is Herb Pennell.
Two of these people are imposters. Only one of them is the real Herb Pennell and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. Now, here is our host, Bud Collier.
Thank you. Good evening, and welcome once again to Tell the Truth, brought to you each week by Geritol, America's #1 tonic, the high-potency tonic that helps you feel stronger fast. Now, may I introduce our panel? What is your name, please?
My name is Polly Bergen.
My name is Don Amici.
My name is Kitty Carlisle.
My name is Jim Backus.
Now, these three gentlemen all claim to be Herb Pennell. Of course, only one is the real Herb Pennell. The other two merely assumed that identity, and they are the ones that do not have to stick to the truth. Now, panel, in front of you, you will find the usual copy of an affidavit of which I have the original. Will you please follow along as I read it? I, Herb Pennell, am a polo player, and currently am captain of the Squadron A team. In addition to playing, I buy and sell horses, and at present own a string of 4 polo ponies of my own. I play both indoors and outdoors, and last year was captain of the National Senior Indoor Championship polo team. Signed, Herb Pennell. Now, panel, as you heard, these three gentlemen all claim to be Herb Pennell, polo player. Only the real Herb Pennell is required to answer your questions truthfully. As usual, you will each question until you hear this signal, and at the end of the questioning period, we will ask you to cast your vote for the one who, in your opinion, is the real Herb Pennell. So let's start tonight with Don Amici. Don, please.
Number 3, what is your rating?
8 goals indoors, 5 goals outdoors.
Well, these numbers are mixed up now. I asked for number 3, and they've got these. Is that incorrect, may I ask?
Number 3 is here.
Number 3, well, that's got number 1 on it. You know that, Bud, don't you?
Number 1 on where?
On the front.
Oh, you're right. You certainly are right. I don't know if it can be changed or not. Well, you better just play along with us if you can. It should
All right,
be 1, 2, 3.
it should be 1, 2, 3.
What
Is
did
that
they do?
right?
Just lift off and turn around?
Forgive me now, number 3. Number 3, what did you say your rating was?
8 goals indoors, 5 goals outdoors.
5 goals outdoors. Number 1, how many 10-goal men are there now? Outdoors, I'm speaking of.
Well, I think there are probably 2 or 3. I'm not
2.
sure.
Number 2, how many would you say there are?
1.
1? And what is his name?
Emilio Cavanaugh.
Number 1, what was Williams' rating a few years ago?
I believe it was 8.
Number 2?
9.
Number 3?
I don't know Williams.
Number 2, what was Cecil Smith's rating?
Indoors?
Number 1, what nationality was Aiden Rourke? Number 2,
Kitty Carlisle.
Number 1, what's Squadron A?
Squadron A is a squadron here in the Armory, which is a very old squadron. It's been here for...
Number 2, what's the difference between indoor and outdoor polo?
Well, first is the difference in the field. The outdoor field is 300 yards long, while the indoor is only 150. The outdoors is played with 4 men. Indoors is 3.
Uh-huh.
Outdoors...
Thank you. Number 1, do you have to be rich to play polo?
Are you looking at the real number 1 or the mixed-up
number 3,
1?
I'm
Number
sorry.
3.
Do you have to be rich to play polo?
No, but it helps.
You're looking hurt.
Number 1, what are the divisions in polo called?
Chuckers.
Jim Backus.
Number 1, who was the greatest all-time polo player, would you say?
Hitchcock.
Number 2, the greatest polo player.
10 goals.
I mean, over a period of years. How many hands high is an average polo pony?
I should think 13 or 14.
Number 3, how many hands?
They go from 14 hands to 15 hands.
Number 2, what is your mother's maiden name?
Alice.
Alex?
Alice.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It says here that I'm afraid that's it. It's time to vote already, panel. So without consultation, we didn't get to you at all, did we, Polly? Great Scott!
I've been ignored in
All
my
right.
life.
By golly, just
Ridiculous.
make it fast. Polly, go ahead. I got a
Wait,
flash
Pete.
here. You know what happened? I got the final flash, and I think they meant only the signal. So please forgive me, will you? I'm sorry, but it flashed like mad here in my
Boy,
face.
will I write you a nasty letter.
I'm
Number
sorry.
one. That's all right, bud. Number 1, how much would you charge me for a good polo pony?
Quite a bit.
Number 2, approximately. How much money for a
A
good
very
one?
good price.
Number 1, how much money
No,
for
number 3.
Number 3, how much money for a good polo pony?
A good polo pony, a good price.
And you gentlemen buy and sell polo ponies? Number 1, who is a theater chain owner who is a very avid polo player in Chicago? Number 2, could you tell me? Number 3? Number 3, how large is your largest polo pony of the 4 that you own? Forget it.
I'm sorry.
Lights are going
I was letting you go past the signal
I know.
because I didn't want you to feel I was being unfair to you, Polly.
Well,
Was
how
that
do
the
we
real
vote?
signal now? I want to know. Was that really it?
How do we vote?
Okay, that
1,
was
2,
it.
3 this
Yes, your
way?
vote. That one is number 1. This is number 2. That's number 3. And at some time between now and next Tuesday, we'll try to get them straightened out for you. Okay, so mark your ballots, if you will, please, and select number 1, number 2, or number 3. That's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Okay, remember the team of challengers gets $250 for every incorrect vote. Okay, all set, panel? Polly, you're still thoughtful, have you marked
Well,
it?
I'd hate to sell any of them a polo pony. But I voted for number 3.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, mainly because he has sort of a quiet, reticent way about him, and people keep telling me that that's the real one.
Oh, I see. The quiet, reticent one is the
That's
real
right.
one. Don, what was your vote?
Well, I voted for number 3. I don't have a legitimate reason, just that he looks, I guess, probably more like a polo player than the other 2. I couldn't get any satisfaction on the answers.
Okay, Kitty, your selection?
I voted for number 2. First place, I think that polo's a terribly glamorous game, and I thought number 2 looked the most glamorous. And also, I thought he had the best answers.
And Jim Backus, your selection, please.
I voted for number 2, pretty much along the lines that Kitty did. The mustache sold me, and I must say he looks like a man of distinction. And the way the cap fits, I think, is very good, too. I like his looks.
All right, you got our rhymes and our reasons now, and I hope you played along with us at home to see how you come out as we discover right now which one of these gentlemen is the real polo player. So, will the real Herb Pennell please stand up? Thank you very much, Mr. Pennell. Number 1, would you
I
tell us,
refuse to
please,
ask him again.
who you really are and what you do?
My name is Tully Rector. I'm from Detroit. I'm the president of Group Productions, Motion Picture Producers.
And number 2, who are you really and what do you do?
My name is M.C. Brockhausen of Raleigh, New Jersey, and I'm a radio and TV writer.
Well, let's take a quick look. As we see, there were 2 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $500 from Geritol. Thanks very much, gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. We did. Good night. Good luck. Now may we have our next team of challengers, please.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joan Pedersen.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joan Pedersen.
What is your name, please?
My name is Joan Pedersen.
Okay, panel, stop looking at those new styles now and follow along with your copies of this
How much
affidavit.
you asking for number 1?
You talking about polo ponies now, or
No, the dress.
Oh, the dress. Here we go. I, Joan Pedersen, am one of the country's top fashion models. Before I started modeling, I was a ballet dancer and danced in France and Germany, as well as with the Metropolitan Ballet Company in New York. As a model, I have appeared on the cover of Vogue magazine 6 times. In Paris, I have been photographed in the creations of Balenciaga, Jacques Fatt, Chanel, Pierre Balmain, and Christian Dior. Signed, Joan Pedersen. Now, Joan Pedersen, number 1, is wearing the new trapeze look in navy blue linen with an oversized pink rose designed by the French house of Christian Dior. Joan Pedersen, number 2, is wearing the cocoon silhouette in a multi-floral print of silk chiffon in tones of grass green and raspberry on violet by the Italian designer Capucci. Joan Pedersen, number 3, is wearing a balloon of jet black organza over a sheath of black silk from the American designer Seal Chapman. All right, panel, these 3 lovely ladies claim to be Joan Pedersen, top fashion model, as you heard, and we'll begin this cross-examination round with Kitty Carlisle. Kitty?
Well, I can barely manage to speak to them. They look so beautiful. Number 1, what is Madame Chanel's first name?
Gabrielle.
What is she called for short?
I don't know.
Do you know what Madame Chanel is called for short?
No, I'm sorry.
Do you know number 3?
No, I don't have it.
Number 1, who is Hunnigan Hunan?
Photographer.
Number 2, who is the French editor of Vogue magazine?
I don't know.
Do you know number 3?
I know that Jessica Daves is the American editor, but I don't know the French editor.
Number 1, does the name Edward Johnson mean anything to you?
No.
Number 2?
Jim Backus.
Oh,
I nearly got him there.
Yes, you really did.
tell me, number 1, which agency do you work through?
The Ford Model Agency.
Model T? No. Number 2, which agency do you work through?
I am with the Ford Agency.
Number 3, which are you?
The Ford Agency.
Oh, I see. What is the hourly, number 1, what is the hourly wage for a model? Scale, as we say, acting-wise. Number 1.
It varies.
It varies. Number 2, what is the definite scale?
Well, it depends on how long you're modeling and how
Number 3,
successful.
what is the minimum scale? I mean, the least you can get. Is there a union?
No, there is no union.
Oh. Holly?
I'd like to call a meeting after the show. We'll discuss this whole union problem. Number 1, what is the name of the top fashion model who turned photographer?
Susie Parker.
Number 2, could you tell me the name of the fashion model who turned photographer?
The only one I know of is Susie Parker.
Number 3, could you tell me?
I would say Susie Parker, too.
Number 3, Susie Parker has a sister. Do you know what her name is? Also a model?
Dorian Lee.
Number 2, what is the name of the top fashion photographer in the United States?
Irving Penn, in my estimation.
Don Amici.
Number 1, where is the Calvados?
I beg your pardon?
Calvados Club. Number 2?
I don't know.
Number 3?
I don't know.
Number 1, what street is the Lido on?
I don't know.
Number 2?
I'm afraid I don't know.
Number 3?
Much too long ago.
Number 1, what is the étoile?
That is that wonderful round pattern where the Arc de Triomphe is.
Number 2, what street is the Georgia Sank Hotel on?
I don't know.
That's it, panel. Time once again to vote. Mark your ballots. So without consultation, would you please do so? And select thereby number 1, number 2, or number 3. Are you stunned, Polly, or are you going to mark your ballot?
Oh,
Holly.
you have to start with me?
Yeah.
Could I have the extra time when you skipped me last time?
Yeah, but make
Oh,
it
it's
quick, 'cause
terrible.
I'm getting the beat right
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong. Really, I'm sure it's number 1, but
Well,
I
change
voted
it
for...
now, quick.
No.
All right.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's the hair on number 3 threw me, and I don't know whether it's her own, because there's so much of it, you know? But she's very slim like models usually are, but so is number O. To heck with it.
Don Amici.
Number 3, pure out-and-out guess.
Okay, Kitty?
Well, number 2 by the process of elimination. The other two didn't know that Madame Chanel's nickname is Coco, and I thought everybody in the fashion world should know this.
And Jim?
Well, on number 2, I was trying to figure if the designer was in that dress with her. But I voted for number 1 because what little I've seen of fashion show, she was very, very, very good with the hand on the hip bit, which I think is so apropos of all models.
A prerequisite.
Yes, I mean, yes.
All right, there you
Well
have
on
it
the
now.
runway.
Votes are in, minds are made up. See how well you did as we discover right now which one of these 3 lovely ladies is the real top fashion model. So will the real Joan Pedersen please stand up? I gave you a chance.
I knew it was number 1. I was just positive.
You have to admit, I did give you the chance
I
to
was
change,
positive it
didn't
was
I?
number 1.
Why
I just
didn't you
didn't go-
change when I gave you the time?
Well, I'm always afraid if I change, then the first one would have been right, and then I'll feel terrible.
Number 2, would you tell us who you really are and what you do?
Yes, I am Eleanor Hollahan, a housewife from Brooklyn and the mother of 5 children.
Number 3, what about you?
My name is Kathy Osborne, and I'm the assistant to the executive producer of the Arthur Godfrey Show.
You're fired. Thank you. Jim Packard just said you're fired. There were 3 incorrect votes at $250 each for a total of $750 from Geritol. Hope you enjoyed being with us, ladies. Good night and good luck to you. Now may we meet our 3rd team of challengers, please. What is your name, please?
My name is George Landy.
What is your name, please?
My name is George Landy.
What is your name, please?
My name is George Landy.
Once again, panel, will you follow along with your copies of this affidavit as I read it? I, George Landy, am a registered pharmacist. I own and operate my own drugstore. Several months ago, I bought a $3 sweepstakes ticket from one of my customers. 10 days ago, at the Grand National Steeplechase in England, my horse came in first, and I won $140,000. Signed, George Landy. All right, here we have 3 gentlemen all claiming to be George Landy sweepstakes winner. We'll begin this round with... Polly, we'll begin this round with you.
Gee, well, at least I won't be skipped now. Number 1, a sweepstakes ticket asks for 2 names, your real name and a nom de plume. What nom de plume did you sign on your ticket?
My daughter's name, Melissa.
Melissa. Number 2, what did you sign?
My daughter's name, Alyssa.
Alyssa. And number 3?
My daughter's name, Clarissa.
Clarissa. It's nice that all 3 of you had names that rhyme. It's working well. Number 1, what is the definition of a narcotic?
A narcotic is a drug that produces narcosis.
You there? Bet you're glad you asked, aren't you?
Now I know everything. Number 2, doctors are notoriously bad writers. Do you ever find trouble reading prescriptions?
Occasionally.
Jim, or rather Don Amici?
Number 1, how do you pronounce C-E-P-A-C-O-L? Number 2.
Can you repeat that?
C-E-P-A-C-O-L.
Cepacol.
Number 3.
Cepacol.
Number 1, where is the Grand National run?
It's run in Aintree, England, near Liverpool.
Number 2, what picture was made about the Grand National?
I don't remember.
Kitty?
Number 1, what is a placebo? Number 2, what is a placebo?
It's a nothing pill.
Number 3, how were you notified when your horse came in?
I was not notified when my horse came in.
And how were you notified when you won?
I wasn't notified when I won either. I listened to it rather over the shortwave set.
Oh, Number one, may I ask a personal question? How much do you have left after taxes?
All it depends upon what my other income is.
Jim Backus.
Number one,
That's
how much?
a personal question. You got to fill
Yeah.
it out.
How much did you get for the drugstore?
Oh, I didn't sell it yet.
Number two, how much did you get?
It hasn't been sold. As
Number
yet.
three, how much did you get?
Still own it.
Oh, as a hobby. Number one, what is the meaning of the symbol of pharmacy, the mortal and pestle with the hammer and the jug there? What is that?
Well, the pestle
Is
is
what?
the little piece of wood that you distill break up the solid into the powder, and the mortar is the bowl, let's call it.
I don't know what either one of you would do without your hands for that question.
I mean, I got to mix it, right?
Time is up, so it's time once again to vote. Will you please mark your ballots for number 1, number 2, or number 3? Now, Polly, have you marked this time?
Yes, I have. I
Mark
got all
everything.
loused up, so I wrote it on the back.
All right.
I voted for number 2. See, I put the wrong one, and I had to do the whole thing over
Okay.
again. Well, I voted for number 2 because when they were standing up there, he looked like he was wearing a new suit, and I figured that I'd go out and buy a new suit if I just won $140,000.
Would you buy a new dress? Okay, Don Amici.
You're such a troublemaker, Bud.
Don, what was your vote?
I voted for number 2, mainly because I guess he knew how to pronounce C-call.
And
I don't
Kitty?
know what else.
I voted for number 2 because he knew what a placebo was.
And Jim?
Well, I voted for number 1. I guess I'm stuck with mustaches tonight. And he was honestly inarticulate.
All right. There you have it. With our reasons, such as they were, we'll find out right now how right or wrong our panel is as we discover which one of these 3 gentlemen is the real Lucky Landy. So will the real George Landy please stand up? Number 1, would you tell us who you really are and what you do, please?
Yes. My name is Ben Sandberg. I'm an examiner for the New York State Income Tax Bureau.
And
Well, how
number
come you
3,
don't know?
what about you, sir?
My name is Leo Weisberg. I'm an internal revenue agent for the U.S. Treasury Department.
It is a new suit,
They
isn't
got
it?
it.
It is
Number
a
2
new
had no
suit,
choice
isn't
but to
it?
tell the truth tonight.
It's a very attractive suit, sir.
Okay, well, gentlemen, there were exactly 1 incorrect vote for a total of $250 in Geritol. Figure out the income tax on that. Good night and the best of good luck to you. Now, we'll return in just... Well, that's all the time we have for tonight, I guess, except to thank you, Jim Backus, for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you. I certainly had a wonderful time.
Well, so did we. And also, Don Amici, we'll be looking forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you, Bud.
And holding down the chair next week, that's usually held by Hy Gardner, will be, let me see, Dennis Day is going to join us next week.
Okay.
And welcome back, Kitty.
Thank you, darling. I'm glad to be home.
That's all we have to say right now, so good night, panel.
Good night.
Good night,
Bud. This is Bud Collier saying good night for Geritol and reminding you to fight cancer with a checkup and a check. Be sure to send your contribution by way of check, if possible, to your unit of the American Cancer Society. And remember to tell the truth. Good night.
To Tell the Truth is a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production in association with CBS Television Network. Photo equipment courtesy of H. Buckman and Saturday Company. Christian Blue on courtesy of Hannah Thorne.